Welcome to Almost Functional Gaming. We aim to help all followers of Russ and the Allfather to improve on the tabletop. List building, tournament recaps, unit reviews, weekly council of the Fang, and other tips to help us all go from almost functional to fully functional. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional score tracker on Amazon.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Almost Functional 40K here with our weekly Council of the Fang. What's up, Aiden?
What is up, man? How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Good to hear. Looks like we got a new member.
Yes, we did. It's always nice. Thank you for the support. We definitely appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. So, what have you been up to, Matt?
Well, went to a GT this weekend, but other than that, just trying to get my team prepped for this team event we got coming up first weekend in November.
Oh, cool. Team comp and everything.
Team comp, just make sure everyone's got their stuff painted and ready, and some of the guys haven't played team events in a while. Some of them, the one guy, it's his first, so just trying to get them all up to speed.
Yeah, it is a lot with team events. It's a different way to play 40K.
Yep. Well, especially now that a lot of them are like, not only do you have to do your pairings, but then you have to pick tables, which have different layouts, and then on the different layouts, you have different deployments and mission. Like, there's extra layers to it now that there weren't a couple years ago.
It's a game within a game. You can't just. I mean, it's more than just being good at 40K, right? You gotta know how to play the pairing tables, matchups.
Yeah, and I enjoy that. I like that extra level of thinking and strategy and trying to outpair each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I want to hear about your GT this weekend. I heard you did pretty well.
I did all right. Ended up taking second. What's kind of funny here, pop this up. 3 guys from the Almost Functional team went. And there's the final rankings.
Wow. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Clay's only loss was to David. So I'm the only one who lost a game that wasn't an almost functional mirror match.
Wow. Congrats. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
To go 4-1 with Space Wolves is really it's something great.
And I had the tools to go 5-0. The one game I lost was into Stormlance Ultramarines, who also had 3 Redemptors.
What? Are you kidding?
Yeah. Nope. So he had a Gilliman, so he had double Oath and +1 to wound. So just his Redemptors were a little more efficient into my Redemptors. So by looking back at it, I think there's a couple plays I could have made differently to give myself a chance in that game, but ended up being like a 20-ish point game there at the end. It swung a little bit, but it was a tight game the whole way.
Still very solid. Gilliman is such a powerful model. He just turns on your whole army. Everything gets reroll hits, everything gets +1 to wound, and he himself just absolutely crushes whatever he touches.
Yeah. And that's fine. I don't mind him crushing if it's just we basically had a very similar list. We both had 3 Redemptors. He had Calgar with the Honor Guard, or not the Honor, the Company Heroes, then Gilliman, and then I had my 2 big Terminator bricks with Logan and Arjak, and then he had a Storm Raven and a Storm Speeder.
Interesting.
We're both running in cursors to get the +1 to wound for our Redemptors, like so.
Wow.
A lot of similarities between the lists.
Tyler's saying you went 2-1 over the weekend. Could have gone 3-0. He didn't forget Arjak. Watched a ton of Forest footage, and a lot of his strategies worked great. That's amazing to hear, Tyler.
Yeah.
Very happy to hear. What strategy did you implement? I'm curious.
But, he was. I think if he's one who was messaging me in the Discord, I think he just his whole just go out, get up on points, be hard to kill. Like the whole strategy. He talked about how you play the wolf list.
Yeah, get it on primary. Try to die slowly. Pick and choose what you can and can't kill early on.
Yep, and remembering to deep strike Arjak onto the board does help with
Definitely
that.
Bring Arjak in; it'll help you out. That's awesome. Tell me about your list.
All right, here we'll go ahead and let's see, bring it up. That's it. Yeah. So it's the Dreadwolves.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's Gladius, Arjak, Bjorn, Logan. Just 3 characters, all epic
Yep.
heroes.
Yep.
And Cursor Squad. The Haywire Mine was kind of cool a couple times, but the main thought is having them in there is they shoot something, give +1 to hit to the Redemptors.
Yep.
Didn't come up much. So they're the one thing in their list that I'm thinking about replacing with. I think I'm going to try Reavers next, but it could be Intercessors. It could be Bikes. Like that unit there is really just interchangeable.
Yeah. I've had mixed results with Incursors recently. They're kind of like a jack of all trades. They buff your army. They do a little damage. They're a little mobile. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the Reavers because one, you have the option to deep strike them if you want to, which I probably won't, but they still have the scout like the Incursors. I was liking that little scout move because it gave me the option to. In one of my games, we had what's it called? Terraform.
Yeah.
I was able to have my 1 infiltrator squad infiltrated out next to my expansion. My scouts infiltrated up near their expansion, and then the Incursors scouted into a building right there at the front of my deployment, and I got first turn. I terraformed all 3 top of turn 1.
That's super fun.
Yep. And so the Reavers with Scout could still do that, and I found that the +1 to hit never came up that big, so the -1 OC might be kind of useful.
I really do like the idea of Reaver, especially trying to go after your natural expansion. Someone comes to charge you. First of all, they're taking a battle shock, so they might just lose OC altogether. Or even if they just stick bodies near the point, your -1 OC really can help you just hold primary.
And their combat's a little better. It's 1 more attack each. They don't have sustained hits, but they have 4 attacks instead of 3. So it really works out more hits consistently than just hoping to roll a couple 6s.
Yeah.
They lose a little bit in shooting, but a lot of terrain around here, and I'm not sure how it is more up your way, has like a first level where you can place models. And I don't know why I hadn't thought of this before, but when I was reading through the Reavers and looking at stuff last night, like I knew they could do this, but they ignore vertical distances when they move or charge. So if somebody tries to 1-inch you on the wall, if there's a second level, you just charge on top of them.
That's the way to do it.
And it really only adds 1 inch to your charge because you just have enough to clear your base up there. So I'm like, oh, that's a nifty little trick if you're playing on a terrain that has those first levels.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I really like that idea.
So then double infiltrator, which honestly made my weekend so easy.
200 points for 10 Marines.
Yep, but I put the one on my expansion, I put the other one out, or I put the one on my home field, the other one out in the expansion. Set them up so they can't really be shot early in the game, especially turn 1, because most people can't come in turn 1. And it really just simplified my board state, because once the Dreads and the Terminators are in your face, people can't really do much about the Infiltrators sitting in the back.
Yeah, you can't rapid ingress on them. Oh, well, I mean, but you've got all the Terminators in front.
Right.
You can't really 6-inch deep strike on them.
Yeah. Now, between Bjorn and the Terminators, then you got the Reavers and the Scouts. What was Incursors this week, but whatever that little infantry unit is that you have in the list. The Terminators, yeah, there's not a hole really to rapid ingress, even if you have a 6-inch, because they still keep you to 12.
Yeah.
So they really only have to be, if they don't have rapid ingress, you just have to be 21 inches from the next unit up, and there's no spot for them to fit. And if they have the 6-inch, it's still 18 inches. They have to have bigger than an 18-inch hole to squeeze their unit in.
Yeah, I'm thinking of putting them into my list, Stormlands list, but also Raven Guard, because there's so many armies that just rely on deep striking and doing stuff.
Right now, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of armies that can up down the whole game. So I've been talking to some people like, oh, you bring other units and screen early and then push them out. I'm like, you're playing Grey Knights, you're playing Raven Guard, you're playing Subterranean Nids, you're playing Guard have units that can like there's so many people that have units that can go up. So you really need to be able to do it for 5 turns to just not worry about it.
Did you have any games against Uppy Downy armies or 6-inch armies?
I played Deathwatch.
How did that go?
It went really well. He was not happy that every single turn he had to come back in his own deployment zone.
Oh, that would be heartbreaking if I was a
Yes.
Death Watch player.
Yep. He would pick stuff up. He kept some things in reserve to start the game, and he never made it past the midboard with a single unit.
Wow. Jeez.
Yep. So it was just nice. It was just, and you can try to do it with other units, but then you have to keep moving them and worrying about, like, it was just, I put them there, didn't worry about them. I took
Set
the
him
middle
and
of the
forget him.
table. I took the middle of the table, and we were basically playing on 30 inches of table from the middle to their deployment zone, the whole every round.
Wow.
Yeah. Then we had the 3 Redemptors, which still haven't hit the Eldar matchup, which Clay and I are supposed to test Wednesday. He's a Briggs 20 Fire Dragon list. So I want to see how they do in that matchup, but played into Votan, played into the Ultramarines. Dreads are just pretty durable.
So tell me about him. Like, how did you feel with them in Gladius, with Wolves? Like, do they synergize well?
In Gladius, they synergize great because I actually have a reason to use Devastator Doctrine. They still have decent combat, so advance and charge is decent for them. Tactical, so you get a turn, you fall back, shoot and charge with the whole army. They benefit from that because they do both of those things.
Yep.
So, no, I think they synergize real well. And it was funny when you're shooting stuff and you're like, I'm in Devastator Doctrine, so I'm going to pop this strat. So these plasmas I just overcharge, ignore cover at -5.
AP5 ignoring cover.
Yeah,
I love
they're
that
AP4.
profile.
They're AP4 naturally, 3 damage. So, yeah.
All of a sudden, yeah,
Yeah,
that gets
all of a sudden,
real
yeah.
scary.
Because 2 up save with cover, -4, they're getting a 6 up. I'm like, no, you're not getting cover, and I'm going to AP5.
Wow.
So, yeah, just die.
I really like the idea of Redemptors. They do a bit of everything.
Yes. Yeah, I was a little worried, like, oh, only 5 attacks in combat, but at 3 damage, like, they hit decently, and then they're vehicles, so if they can't finish it off, they can still shoot it during their turn with everything but the plasma.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, I love the idea of Redemptors. I'm glad that they worked for you.
And then 1 Scout Squad, which I always love. I know a lot of people take the Combi Lieutenant. I don't have the points for both. It just, because I like to Deep Strike a Terminator Squad turn 1. So they just stopped me getting completely infiltrate scout blocked from being able to drop somewhere decent early.
Yeah. You have got double infiltrators and scouts.
Yeah, well, because infiltrators just stay on my side. So the second infiltrator squad will infiltrate. I mean, the only time they really infiltrate hard is like search and destroy because they go out on the table quarter. But the rest of the time, they're only on Crucible or Tipping Point. They're only like a couple inches out of the deployment zone. So they're not like super, just right there behind the expansion. Because I don't even drop them on the expansion. I drop them behind the piece of terrain next to it so they can't get shot early.
You know what's weird? Yeah, I've been thinking about the librarian with Phobos librarian with infiltrators nowadays because they have 12-inch lone op, can't deep strike within 12. And it's just so hard to deal with that unit for some armies.
Yep, I debated about it. I just ordered and put one together.
It's expensive. It's expensive for a unit that doesn't do any damage, but it's such a log jam in any opponent's plan that involves like shooting you off your expansion, deep striking, Yeah.
I found most of these layouts, I'm able to position them to completely shut down that one half of the board without people really able to get many shots into them. So I think I maybe lost 1 infiltrator squad the whole weekend.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you don't even need to loan up.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
block.
And that's what I keep finding is like, I like the idea that you can't even, but once you push the rest of the army out, they rarely ever get bothered anyway.
Right.
And even if someone's got some sort of most indirect on a Marine unit in cover with
6 out feel
no pain, they're not like picking it up. And maybe over the whole game they'll kill 1 unit, but like they're not gonna like. It's not like if you had like Squad of Fenrisian back there where they could, oops, I indirect and picked up the whole squad in 1 turn.
Yeah. Okay.
And 2 10-man Terminator squads.
2 10-mans, man. You're going all in.
Dude, I love the Terminator so much.
I'm really curious how these perform for you.
They perform amazing. So many times they'll walk up and people will like come over with like half their army and be like, all right, I'm gonna try to remove this turn. And I try to tell them, you're not. And they shoot at it and they kill like 3 Terminators and they're like, oh, I was like, told you.
Yeah.
Like the only time I really lost him was in the Ultramarine game when he was able to get basically the whole army on them with Oath and +1 to wound. And then he just barely killed the 10 man and left Ardrick alive.
Man, I'm looking at this list and I just see like this wall of beef, the 20 Terminators, 3 Redemptors,
Mhm.
and then you just have infiltrators. You're like, okay, you're either going to walk at my wall of beef or you're just going to sit in your deployment zone.
Yes. Yeah, so it still kind of does like Forrest said. I just come out to the middle and be hard to kill. It's just I can kill a little better than Stormlance can because I got the little bit of shooting, and then all my combat is dangerous.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Everything that you're touching is dangerous. You're falling back and charging.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're only 5 attacks each, but they're all strength 12, 3 damage. So it's like it helps a little bit with that strength 5 problem in melee that wolves have.
Mm-hmm.
Now the shooting's only strength 9, so sometimes that doesn't punch up as well. Like I found that occasionally shooting into tanks needing a 5 to wound is a bit annoying because I don't get to +1 like the Ultramarines did, where their Redemptors were wounding me on 4s and I was wounding them on 5s.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, and into each of we don't have invols, so that's a funny thing. When if I pop the neg 5 no cover there, then I can just get straight through a Redemptor save.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you have to decide. This list is not going to kill everything. It's just very durable. It's grindy, but you have to decide early on: can I actually push through my opponent, or am I just going to have to try to stop them from scoring points?
Yeah, I mean, it can kill anything. It's just a lot of times it's going to take a turn or two. But like,
yeah, it takes a while.
Killed a Rogaldorn in 1 turn. Killed Hecaton in 1 turn. But that's with Arjak charging them.
Arjak, that man is awesome.
And Gladius, and you put them in Assault Doctrine, charge in with Lance and +1 AP. All of a sudden, Arjak's wounding them on 3s at neg 3 damage. The Relic Axe is wounding them on 4s at neg 3 damage. The Power Fists are wounding them on 4s at neg 2 damage. And the regular guys are wounding them on a lot of that stuff on 5s now, but still neg 2 damage. So if you get in, not a lot of these vehicles have invols. So it's like, if they're only 12 to 16 wounds with a 10-man squad, like you'll get through it.
Yeah. Oh man, this list is really cool. I really do like the 20 Terminator skew. Like it's just saying like, I'm just going to be like durable. I'm not going to care. I'm just going to push you up. Mm-hmm. And you've like, I just love the combination of like, you're not touching my backfield and I'm just going to like, just keep pushing you back with these Terminators and Redemptors.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially if they give me an early spot that Deep Strike Arjak up near their expansion. Like, that can just turn games off. Like, didn't happen this weekend, but I had a game a week or 2 ago where Arjak's squad deep struck up on an expansion, walked up, and I burnt it. Scorched Earth burnt their expansion on turn 2.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you swarm it with the Terminators. How are you going to come turn this off?
Mm-hmm. Cool, man. Well, it seems like you did pretty well.
I did. It was, my best thing this year, my best placing this year. So I was happy with it.
Congrats. 4-1 is awesome.
Yep. And I was proud of my guys. I was more proud of that than anything. You know, Dave, after his second place at Crucible, came and got him a GT win. And then Clay, this is his first time he's ever podiumed to GT. Like, I met him at the last GT they had at this place like 6 months ago. And he's kind of been like my protege since then.
Yeah, and Eldar are doing really great. Grey Knights are a really cool skew army.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dave's one of the best Grey Knight players in the world. So thank you, Jordan. But yeah, Dave and I were talking, and like, other than I think I'm going to do the Incursors to Reavers, but I really don't think there's much else. I don't think I'm gonna touch anything else on this list.
You think playing that Ultramarine matchup back again, you'd have a good chance?
Yes, I mean, I almost there was a couple of things there where I almost pulled it off, even with a couple of early things that I would go back and do different now. I think I deployed a little too aggressively, so he got first turn and was able to kill a Redemptor turn 1.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to get enough firepower on it to do that, but he was. And once he started shooting it, I was trying to keep it alive so that he didn't kill anything, and I popped Armor of Contempt on it against one of the shootings. And he left it alive on like 2 or 3 wounds, but then he charged me with his incursors and popped the mine.
Oh,
So anyway,
that's always, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
How that works.
Yeah. And then I did my turn, brought in Arjack's squad, charged them into a Redemptor and picked it up. But then they were kind of like in the middle of the board. They were actually over on the left next to hit. We were playing on layout 1. They were over on the left, right in front of his L, where his expansion or where his home field is. Objective. And so I gave them Lance when I did it, and I don't know if I rerolled their charge or did some. I spent both my CP during my turn, and since I had Armor Contempt, I was at 0. So going to his turn, I had 1. So he moved his whole army over to shoot the Terminators. He jumped Calgar out of the Storm Raven, walked Gilliman over. So they had like an 8 and a 9-inch charge each. So I spent my 1 CP to reactive move to make the charge longer, hoping I could survive it, survive all the shooting, so that I was going to be able to go. We were playing Linchpin, so I was hoping the next turn I could charge his Intercessor squad on his home objective and turn his Linchpin off.
Oh, okay.
But since I did that, I wasn't able to rapid ingress Logan and his squad.
Oh, that's tough. CP management can be really challenging.
So if I had just accepted that the Dreadnought was dead the turn before and saved that 1 CP, I would have been able to do both. Go for the Linchpin play and bring in Logan. And then I think that would have been a big difference. And if I just deploy safer, be like, all right, don't be so aggressive. Just turn 1. I'm not doing anything no matter what happens. I'm going to drop Arjack safely turn 1 and then bring Logan in turn 2 and then push. I think that would have worked a lot better too, because then I wouldn't have lost a Redemptor and been in that. So that, I think if I change that, I think I actually have a decent path to win that game.
Wow. Still though, I think it's fine, like interesting to look at like how much we're skewing into Terminators nowadays. At least you are. They just are such a fantastic unit.
Yeah, most people are heavily skewing into the Thunderwolf Cav, I think. But I think a lot of them are going more Stormlance, so I can see that there. But I just prefer the Terminators.
I can see why. I mean, they are heads and shoulders above durability versus the Terminators. Interesting. Jordan's saying, guy in the Space Wolf Discord who's been talking about high damage skew. I love high damage skews.
Yeah.
Beastlayer lethals, triple head takers, and triple wolfen. Yeah, those are some of our most damaging units. Head takers for sure. Wolfen for sure. Lethals all the time, +1 to wound.
Yeah, head takers only do 2 damage though. But Para just put out a lot of attacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like the. I have a lot of 3 damage in mine. I'm kind of like in the middle. I do a lot of damage, but I also am still survivable. But
yeah. We talked about it, and then there have been some guests on the show that mentioned like wolves don't. Their strength is in their durability, and sometimes you just don't kill things.
Mm-hmm.
I do love the idea of just like, no, screw that. I'm actually going to kill you. Sometimes it is really boring or challenging to just play. I'm not going to like destroy my opponent's army. I'm just going to delay him, deny him, just score points and just like die on objectives and get tabled and win. Can be kind of a boring one.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Aiden before we got on, I'm working on a bold list, but it could also work in Beast Slayer, where I'm going more MSU, so that not having the fallback in charge and stuff doesn't hurt as much. It's 2 5-man Terminators still with Logan and Arjack, just because I like those 3 damage characters and the axes, like that's good. But yeah, then it's 3 3-man head taker squads, 2 paired, 1 with shield. Ragnar leading the shield squad just to try to keep him up and swinging as long as possible. Then a battle leader and a priest with the other two and putting them all three, it's 12 total bodies, in a drop pod and doing the shrapnel of head takers idea. Just drop the pod, 3 head takers get out, and just
Send the nines.
Yep, and then running a Redeemer and putting one of the Terminator squads in the Redeemer and deep striking the other one.
Yeah.
And then still have Bjor and some infiltrators and scouts and stuff around it, but like that just being just lots of more little combat units. Instead of 2 big combat units, there's a bunch of little combat units.
Yeah.
Which I
For
think
sure.
could be fun. I don't know if it'll be as good as our durable list, because that's what GW is really kind of trying to force us into, but
They really are.
seems like it'll be more fun to play. I don't know if it would have the results we're having with the just take the middle and be hard to kill lists.
Yeah, that's kind of, if I running wolves, I'm thinking more Stormlands. Take the middle, be hard to kill, and just don't die. But it's not a very fun play style. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm liking this a little more in Gladiators, with this dreads shooting and then the combat and the fight on death and the lance with +1 AP. I actually do kill most of my opponent's armies.
Right. Yeah.
There's a few of those games where at the end of the game they didn't have much left and I had most of my army still. So there are still certain matchups where you do have to play this style. But with my list, there are also a lot of times where I could just go kill you.
Yeah. Tyler ran a Redeemer. Overwatch saved him a bunch into Chaos Marines and World Leaders. Yeah, that Redeemer is scary on Overwatch.
It is, yep. Only thing that I don't like about the Redeemer, which is another thing that's weird about the Redemptors, but I haven't played it yet, is into the heavy Fire Dragon Eldari, them just turning off Overwatch and picking it up.
And even through -1 damage and Armor of Contempt, they could pick up reliably 2 Redemptors in a turn from one unit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because the Ultramarine guy that beat me, his triple Redemptor, Clay played the last round, and he killed pretty much everything. They came down like a 3-point game. It was a tight game. That Ultramarine list and him fought at the end, but he was able to kill most of the stuff.
I think Eldari are top dogs right now.
They're up there. They're definitely the most played.
Mm-hmm. What do you think Wolves doing at Eldari?
I've always had great success because especially the Thunderwolf skew and the Terminators, they just don't have the profiles to kill them. So I want to play my Redemptor list into them because I think it's better into most other stuff, just the way I like to play it right now. But it could be a case where I'm actually worse into the Eldar matchup that I was really, really good into now because they can pick up all the vehicles maybe.
Yeah, they just see a vehicle and it dies.
Yeah.
The Terminators and the Cavalry are amazing profiles, though, defensively into Eldar stuff. -1 to wound is fantastic. 4 wounds is really difficult because they have a lot of 3 damage fights versus melee, anti-infantry. So, yeah.
There's pretty much no anti-mounted in the game. So that's one thing Thunderwolves always have going for them.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes, yeah, we do talk about it from time to time. They just have so much chaff screening they can throw forward, and all their chaff moves like 14 inches,
Absolutely. That's the one thing I'm thinking might be actually beneficial with the Redeemers is, or Redemptors, is I have the shooting to pick up a bunch of the little stuff, hopefully.
Yeah. I like just a pinch of shooting in a list.
Yeah.
Because
with running the 3, I'm like, I wonder, do I push one Redemptor out to bait the Fire Dragons up to kill it?
Mm-hmm.
And then try to kill the Wave Serpent and charge the Fire Dragons.
That's a really
get them to bring up Fugan Squad.
It's a really great play. I've seen a lot of high-level players make. They'll sacrifice a seemingly important unit to draw out their opponent's centerpiece, and then go after them. Like, here's this Vindicator, but you need to expose your Fire Dragons to do it.
Yes. Yeah, because nothing else he has is really going to threaten it. And if he pushes anything else out while it's alive, they'll kill it. Because I know he can reactively shoot between the plasma, the 8 Gatling shots, the Stormbolter, and the Top Gun. You can kill most of those 5-man Eldar units before they could move again.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, the problem is he's running Clay, who I'm a playtest against. He's running the War Host, so he can get both Fire Dragon squads back into the transport each turn.
Gross.
Yeah.
Eldar are flimsy. I get why they have to be able to like go back into
Oh yeah,
transports, but on some level, it's just like indirect. It's like so non-interactive.
yeah,
You know, it might as well like not even place the models. You know what I mean? Like it just, I don't love that style of play, but I get
yeah,
why they have to do it, and I get why
yeah.
it's really good.
That's why they struggle against pressure armies. Oh, if I don't give you anywhere to move, shenanigans don't matter.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes Wednesday. I'll definitely report back on that because that is the one matchup I was worried. I played into Votan, and the Dreads did pretty good against the Votan.
Yeah, I mean the Dreads are just solid
Mhm.
backup, like very reasonable shooting, extreme, like very durable. And you have three of them, you stick them all together, they actually add up.
And I'm normally fairly aggressive with the first Terminator squad. So when it's that close to people, then a lot of times I found the Dreads didn't even really get shot. And so people are trying to kill these Terminators, and I'm like, that's a trap.
The Terminators are just, yeah, the
Yeah,
most difficult things to kill that I can think of.
yeah. Like the guard, like, oh, you shot most of your army at the Terminators. They're still here. RJ's going to charge, pick up your Rogaldorn, and then touch 2 Lehman Russes in a Torox with this squad. And now the Redemptors and the other squad are just walking out.
I'm playing Raven Guard now,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's one of the things I would not like to run into. 10 Terminators with Logan or Arjack. I shoot most of my army at it and kill 5 Terminators, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah, you do get the +1 oath though, and the stupid Centurion Devastators. I want to play into Raven Guard.
We should do a practice game. That would be cool.
Yeah,
The
grab
+1
down.
oath is really not balanced. It just makes any durable unit just paper.
I know. I played the Ultramarine game, the one I lost, round 3. So the last game of day 1, I was building an Ultramarine list in the hotel that night. And then I was like,
Been there,
no.
done that.
But
Yeah, I
then
had to go through.
once I really calmed down and looked back at it, I was like, all right, here's some paths where I could have done things better. I was like, the Wolves had a path to victory if I'd have just done a few things differently.
Yeah, in the GT win I had last weekend, I had to go play back-to-back semifinals and finals Ultramarines, and it's just it is a very hard game, regardless.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna pull up Nick's list. This is the so he played all 3 almost functional guys. Dave beat him, Clay beat him, but he beat me. So I was the only one to lose to him. But it was Stormlance, Combi Lieutenant, Calgar, Gilliman, Tech Marine, Intercessors, Company Heroes, Incursors, Outrider, Redemptor, Storm Speeder, Hammer Strike, Storm Raven Gunship.
Interesting list. This is actually seeming like the meta Stormlance list for Ultramarines.
Well, I liked it because he had put the one Redemptor in the Storm Raven along with Calgar's unit. So you can fly that thing up 20 inches, drop the Redemptor, and now you can get some angles with a Storm Raven and a Redemptor to shoot stuff you normally wouldn't be able to get to with the Redemptor.
Yeah.
And then jump Calgar out behind like a building or something there. And now you're really threatening a flank or something. Really, he didn't do that against me because I had the Terminators and Redemptors, but against Eldar or something like that, pushing something like that up, that could be really cause problems for people.
Yeah, seriously, man. I mean, that's the whole problem with the Raven Guard right now is that like you take a really high output shooting unit and then you teleport it around the board and it becomes really hard to deal with.
Yep, absolutely. So I actually got it with my store credit I got at the event. I got a Storm Raven and Storm Speeder.
Fun, man. Yeah, Storm Speeders are great. I love Hammer Strikes.
Why don't you always talk about them? Everyone was talking about them. I've never had one. I'm like, I want to buy one. And then, so with my store credit, I was able to get a Storm Raven and the Storm Speeder, and it only cost me $60. So.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I'm still on the fence about Storm Ravens. I know Hunter did well with Murder Fang and Storm Raven, which I think is ridiculous.
And Lennon did well with one, and the way he went, I was like, you know what? I need to have it. It's one of the few things I don't have in the arsenal because I had the Wolf Flyers, but they're gone now. So I'm like, all right, it's store credit. I'm just going to get a couple things I don't have. I'm probably not going to run either of them anytime soon, but I have the options now.
Yeah, for sure.
Always try to, if I always find a good deal and stuff, like, I may not run it this edition, but I might next edition because I've been playing wolves since second, so I'm always going to have wolves. So anytime I can put options, and then that, oh crap, now this is a unit you have to take because for some reason the rules changed, so the points dropped. It's on the shelf, not I got to go buy a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also with Space Marines in general, you start collecting them, and then over time, you can build like 75% of most Space Marine lists from what you have.
Yep. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talked about my team event coming up. I'm running wolves. I got my friend John running Crusher Stampede. Kurt's bringing Votan. Chris is bringing Death Guard, and Clay's bringing his Eldari. So
Hunter, what's up, man? Good to see you.
I've heard of that guy.
Shout out Hunter, the only person to make Murder Fang work.
Yes.
You know, people, there was an Art of War tier list where they redid all the Space Wolf data sheets, and they were reviewing Murder Fang. And you know what? The one thing that pissed me off, they said about Murder Fang, like, he doesn't actually like kill that much. And I'm like, what? Like, Murder Fang is like one of the highest damage outputs that we have in our entire book.
Yeah,
like, he is like crazy damage.
But if anybody ran him before, it does feel like he doesn't kill much now compared to what he used to do. I'm going to keep going. The same problem I have with, like, when I'm like, Thunderwolves are easy to kill. People are like, what are you talking about? Like, I've been running 10-man Terminator squads. Thunderwolves feel easy to kill to me when people shoot them.
Yeah, Art of War, fake wolf lords.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I just finished 5 more Terminators and RJack about an hour ago. So
nice. Oh, so you can finally start running RJack.
Well, I've been running him, but he hasn't been painted. So yeah,
I mean, at events, really at like real events.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, mine's cool. I got a Chaos Shield on him and like a Chaos Shoulder Pad on him.
There's so many cool things you can do with it. My buddy Josh.
They're from AO, or not, what is it? AOS. Age of Sigmar.
Oh, man, that's really cool. You should post it in the Discord.
I think I did a while ago, but I'll post them back up. But like,
yeah.
And then, but yeah, basically, because my Dread Wolves, they steal Chaos Relics and use them. So they're not Chaos. They are fully loyal, but they like to take people's weapons and use them back against them.
Yeah. I like the idea of 20 Terminators. What other detachments do you think you can make work 20 Terminators?
See, the better question is, what detachment wouldn't 20 Terminators be good in?
I love Gladius.
They're good in Gladius. They're still good in Stormlance.
Yeah.
They're good in Champions of Fenris. They'd be good in First Company. The 10-man's maybe not in the Wolf detachment because there's no fallback in charge. So if they get stuck into something, they're kind of stuck there. But if they get stuck into something on an objective, then that's not necessarily the worst place to be stuck fighting if you're controlling it. So I think they can be good in any detachment.
Yeah. Yeah. I like them in Saga of the Hunter because it does have fallback in charge. It has Pile and Consolidate 6, it has move over models, and you would get +1 hit and wound for them, just like almost all the time because you're a 10-man.
Yeah, Jordan, that's one of the reasons I went back to Gladius is that's where I found running massive Terminator squads became a liability is when I would play like John's Crusher Stampede and get stuck into like an Exocrine and a Tyrannifex, and I'm stuck there the rest of the game.
It's
and if I'm not on the objective, I'm just so I have to spend a turn falling back and doing nothing. In which case, he could just shoot me and charge me and keep me tied up. Or like so, it's like So that's why if I'm with the big Terminator squads, to really get the most out of them, you need to have fallback and charge available.
Mm-hmm.
Advanced charge is nice, but fallback and charge is almost necessary.
Yeah, for sure. The Stormlight's reactive just to aggressively move forward and close the jail is great. Yeah, I love the reactive move. Like on scouts, even scouting forward and then reactive moving farther forward. Great way to jail people. Hunter, what are you thinking for Worlds list? Are you leaning still towards your Stormlance build? Or are you looking at maybe Beast Slayer or Gladius? I'm quite curious myself.
Yes. What are you supporting Murder Fang with at Worlds?
Yes, exactly. Murder Fang, he's going to be in Firestorm Assault Force or something. I don't know. He's going to some random Librarian's Conclave or something.
We need the March of the Ancients detachment, just all dreadnoughts.
I feel like the first company should support dreadnoughts. You know what I mean? Like the one with the Terminators and Blade Guard and veterans.
Yeah.
But
dude, if Head Takers had the right keyword to work in there, I have so many ideas for that detachment.
oh, wait, tell me your ideas for the attachment because I'm curious. That's reroll wounds once per game. You have some really cool enhancements. Some actually pretty solid strats too.
Yeah, there's -1 damage in combat. There's uppy downy for, I can't remember if it's just Terminators. There's a sticky in the movement phase, not start, not end, just in the movement phase. So
Wow.
you can sticky it when you start on it, or you can move on it, take it, and sticky it.
Yeah. What's up, Hogfather? Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, golden ticket was acquired. Matt did really well. Matt, you came close to winning the tournament as well.
Yeah.
This past weekend for you. Yeah, Hunters between Stormlands, Gladius are bold. Bold is interesting. Yeah. Jordan's been talking to me about Redeemers too, which with head taker bombs inside, which I kind of like. But yeah.
We have Trip Redeemer, Trip Head Taker Bomb, all riding in Triple Redeemer. You don't have much points else after that.
It's all forward. Yeah.
What's Hunter need a Redeemer for? He's got a Stormraven.
And Murder Fang to just airdrop out up top. Yeah. Yeah, man, I've been thinking about I've got a GTO coming up this weekend and I've got Worlds list due Friday. So I really have been thinking about what I want to run. Wolves-wise, if I were to run Wolves, I would definitely stick with Stormlance. Just Jordan's got a really great Stormlance build he's taken to this weekend's. A brick of Terminators, a lot of cav, and then a couple durable vehicles to back up shooting. I think he's taking like a Land Raider and 2 ballistas. Remember Forest List from LVO where he had a Land Raider and he like ferried Arjack around in it and shot out of it?
Yep.
I kind of like that idea, you know?
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
It's almost the same thing as your Redemptors, just a really durable platform behind the wall to just shoot away.
Absolutely. I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish I had the points for at least one Thunderwolf squad in my list, but
I think your list is fine. Like your list is just a wall of beef. You don't need any like skirmishers. You just go forward.
Well, I have 4 infantry units.
Yeah, you do. You do. I would say only one of them is skirmishers, like the Reavers.
Yeah, Scouts can a little bit, but yeah, they're more of a move, deny early, and score me some points turn 1, and then a lot of times they disappear. Although it was funny in the one game, I can't remember which one it was. They shot and tried to kill the Scouts turn 1. One Scout lived and just uppy downied the rest of the game.
The whole game, doing actions, getting engaged.
No, I kept not drawing anything. He just kept upping downing in my deployment zone, waiting for me to draw something for him to score, but I never drew anything worthwhile.
That's
for
funny.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he lived.
Scouts can win you the game sometimes.
Yeah. Dude, it was funny. This tournament, the first round was Purge the Foe.
Purge the Foe. And you're running 2 bricks of 10 Terminators.
Yep, and 3 Redemptors.
The look on your opponent's face must have been just like pale shock.
Yeah, that's when I played the World Eaters.
And you're just like, the World Eaters player spends 2.5 turns killing 1 unit.
Yep. Well, there was one army I was hoping I didn't pair that round. Some madman brought 4 Wraith Knights.
4 Wraith Knights? What the?
Yeah, 2 with shield, 2 with the gun, and I'm like, I'll beat that on any mission except maybe Purge the Foe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to find out.
I think we do. Yeah, I think we do pretty well in Purge the Foe. We were just saying committing to at least 1 brick of 6 Thunderwolf Cab. Yeah, they're great in 6-mans, especially in Stormlands. In 3-mans, you can run them in any attachment. You know,
yes,
they're fantastic.
Yeah,
this is the list I was talking about. Jordan's run this weekend. I really like if I were to run Stormlands. Arjack, 5 Terminators, 12 Cavalry, 5 Wolfen. Interesting tech. 5 non-shield Wolfen, so it's 5 Wolfen with frost weapons are fantastic skirmishers. They don't need oath. They just hand you like 12 AP2 2 damage saves on any Marine squad, and it's just a very solid unit.
He's running regular Wolfen or the
Regular Wolfen. Mm-hmm. He's
All
also
right.
running 2x5 Fenrisian wolves, which I love. They're so cheap. They are just fantastic. Area denial, turn 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend 40 points on it,
Yeah, for a screening unit to go slow somebody up or hold up a gap or like score an early secondary and let them die and just trail them back. Yeah, they are great for that.
We really don't have any other unit. Like Space Marines don't have any unit like Fenrisian wolves.
No, I debated doing that, like that 80 points for the Reavers, taking 2 Fenrisian Wolves instead.
Yeah, that could be solid because you got a couple 400-point bricks there. You could just easily find some really cheap units to screen. You don't even need screening, but like to just go to
my list doesn't need the screening. It was, which is why I don't do it. But if I was running something that needed a little more screening, I absolutely would.
Yeah. Beast Slayer, yeah, 6-man Thunderwolf Cavalry are pretty solid Beast Slayer. I mean, even if they get stuck in combat, they're still AP 2 damage. You can get +1 to wound with lethals. Like, still pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Incursors over the Reavers. Well,
I ran Incursors at the GT this weekend.
They're solid. They're good all-around units.
Yeah, they were okay. I don't know if it's just the way I deployed and moved. I just never really got the +1 to hit to really matter much.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I've had Incursors in my list before. We talked about it a second ago. Yeah. Like, I just haven't really found a place for them, and they end up just like standing in the middle and dying. Yeah.
So the Reavers, they still scout. I have the ability to charge to a second level to get over something.
Bring back Hounds of Mordecai. That would be an idea.
Yeah, so the Reavers will really play the same way the Incursors did in my list, just with the -1 OC. So it may just be the way I deployed and used Incursors, just because I don't use them a lot. But they were fine for a skirmishing unit. Just the +1 to hit never came up. So for the way I ended up using them in most games, I think the Reavers will do that slightly better. Maybe if I had a little more shooting than just the 3 Redemptors, the +1 to hit would be more beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, what did you find like you were using Oath? Were you using Oath for melee more often or shooting?
Depend on the matchup, but yeah, normally I try to set up the Oath for my melee because it's my most consistent damage.
For sure. I mean, the 10 Terminators with Oath and Lance and +1 AP, he'll do a number on anything.
Yeah. And sometimes the Terminator stuff just have so many attacks that a lot of times I'll use Oath defensively. Like, what might you charge me with on your turn?
Because you can fight on death with Oath.
Correct.
Yeah.
And in Gladius, really good idea. I have the potential to full fight on death, or if it's RJX squad, just save the CP and see how many 4-ups I can roll.
For sure.
And even if I don't fight on death, you're probably not killing the whole Terminator squad, so I'm swinging back with a bunch of stuff anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually what Forrest was saying. Like, you spend 2 CP on fight on death, and they kill, like, 2 Terminators, you know? Because Terminators are just so durable that even, like, they don't even need to fight on death. They'll just tank the activation and then swing.
Yeah. The only time I really like to do is if they charge me with multiple units, and then I'll pull models in that are touching whatever. They get the option to swing on a unit that hasn't swung and just try to limit damage coming in. But if they charge you with one thing, unless you think it can pick up the whole squad, or if it's like a really, really big squad, you're like, I'm going to need all these attacks, and yeah, you don't necessarily have to pop the fight on death.
Was there anything that got close to picking out the Terminators, like, really quick?
Just the Ultramarine game. He killed in the one turn everything but Arjak in the one squad.
Yeah. I mentioned this game before, but I was playtesting Stormlance Wolf Jail, like 10 Terminators, 15 Thunderwolf Cav, into the Ultramarines Redeemer build. And he picked up 10 Terminators, Logan Arjak, 4 Thunderwolf Cavalry in a single turn. And I was just like, oh my gosh, man, that was so brutal.
Yeah, it took everything he had to kill him, but yeah, it was 2 Redemptors, a Storm Raven, a Hammer Strike, whatever shooting Gilliman has, all of Calgar's shooting, some Intercessors, just like all of it in there, but with Oath and +1 to wound, it just whittled
adds up.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I love even like Intercessors start to do damage when you Oath and ignore cover.
Oh yeah, and they're -1 AP, so yeah, strength 4, wounding on 4s against Terminators with +1 to wound, full rerolls,
Right.
20 shots out of that squad. Like, make those Terminators start taking 3-ups, it starts adding up.
For sure. Yeah.
Because our +1 to wound is nice, but if they're lower or equal to us with +1 to wound, we have no way of stopping that. And +1 to wound versus -1 to wound, they're just wounding on their same things.
Exactly.
Anything that's strength 10 or higher just gets to keep wounding us on 2s.
Yeah, they're like really durable units, but when you put Super Oath on them, they just go away. Yeah, It's crazy. That would be interesting. Runa's got a question and prediction on the new Wolf Scouts. We should pull up the pictures for the Wolf Scouts. See if I can do that.
You can do it. All right, cool.
Because I really think you can see some really unique war gear in the Wolf Scout previews. So let me see.
Yeah, well, things are going to be an elite unit. Probably have the uppy downy ability, I would guess.
I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah. Possibly deep strike. Not as them deep striking, but just as them like sneaking in and just popping up places.
Yeah, so let's read and see if there's any background. Infiltration specialist, but that's just scouts in general. Put the talents, veteran warriors, plasma weapons for extra hitting power, frost rim combat blades, and specialist gear. So first of all, they've got a pack leader. It looks like a combat knife, nothing crazy. Let me see. Fang Bear, Frost Eye, maybe like bolt carbines. I could see.
It almost looks like a little sniper gun.
Yeah, maybe a sniper rifle.
Might have precision, or not even a sniper rifle. It's like a sniper carbine. Might have precision on it.
Yeah, plasma gun, which is fantastic in scouts. If you can get uppy downy on a unit that shoots decently hard, it's just very solid. Haywire Mine. So this is like scouts with Haywire Mine are incredible. Also, the models are just fucking gorgeous, like leather, like scarred faces. Here's the interesting one: another plasma pistol. So you get 3 plasma shots in the unit, plus a rune priest.
Yeah. So that a 5-man or a 6-man with the Rune Priest?
Let's see. You also get a wolf, which is really dope. He might have a special rule. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 if you count the wolf.
And it's funny is they call that wolf Fenrisian wolf.
It is.
I wonder if we're gonna be getting Fenrisian wolves on the oval bases. Which I don't hate. They would definitely be even better at screening and stuff with the bigger bases.
Yeah, and the Rune Priest, if it has like librarian shooting, that could be very solid. Extra melee too. A couple plasma shots, Haywire Mine plus librarian shooting. Like it means they can actually start to do real damage.
Yeah, and like everyone was asking if we thought there'd be HQ. If the Rune Priest is included in it, then yes, there'll be HQ. But they could also make them a thing and give us a Rune Priest data sheet and make them 2 separate units. Which would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've ever done that with a kill team, made it 2 separate data sheets.
I wonder.
40K.
Yeah. It says Rune Priest summon powerful elemental storms to obscure their advance, batter enemy operatives with wind, hail, and lightning. So I wonder if this unit could have like loan up.
Yeah, possibly. Yep. Because like Gaunt's Ghosts and them get that, so I could see that.
Uppy downy with loan up, a bunch of plasma, Rune Priest shooting.
Yeah, at a minimum, stealth, I would think.
For sure. Yeah.
But if they get low enough, they might not get stealth too. But
frost blades, like maybe they have like AP1 precision or something. You know, I would love lone up uppy downy scouts. That would be fantastic with decent shooting.
A 2 damage combat blade is the frost blade or whatever.
Yeah.
Because our frost weapons used to give us extra damage.
And the interesting thing is these are scouts, but this is Phobos armor. This is not scout armor. Phobos armor.
Well, aren't the new scouts more bigger and more Phobos style armor?
I don't remember the scouts actually having Phobos armor. They had like plates of Phobos. I don't remember exactly.
I haven't actually bought the new scouts. I just put my old scouts on.
Me too. Yeah, but this is full on Phobos armor. So I wonder if they have like a 3-up save. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think a Space Wolf scouts are veterans, so it'd be like a
They're
veteran
veterans.
in cursors, because that guy looks like a reaver, an old reaver. So
Yeah,
it's just like guys whose the rest of their squad died maybe, and they become like lone wolf scout guys, like they join together.
for sure. To me, this feels like Gaunt's Ghost. Like I
That's what
think
I'm
this
thinking.
would play
Yes.
similarly to Gaunt's Ghost.
That was my thought too. I think I said that to somebody one time.
Mhm.
Is it would probably be something along the lines of Gaunt Ghosts,
Which would be fantastic for us. That's another
and
unit that like
and if it's
Space Marines don't have.
and if an 8 model unit, 7 plus the dog, what do you think? Like 140 points?
Yeah, if it has good rules and decent damage, I
Yeah.
could see like 120 to 140 points.
Yeah.
Which could be worth it, you know?
Oh, absolutely. We'll see what their rules are, but yeah, that's definitely could be worth it. Plus, they're gonna be cool. I'm definitely getting a unit. Whether
I'm for sure getting it. Kill Team Dead Silence. I wonder when it's releasing. Pre-orders pretty soon. We'll see.
it's got to be if they're up, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're coming with dice. What are those dice? Do they have any new wolf dice with that? I didn't even see. I saw some dice up there a second ago. Oh no, those are tokens. I thought those were dice. Those were just tokens.
Yeah,
They look like dice when you scroll past them the first time.
they do. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm
I
excited
love
for
the
those
models though.
Yeah.
Like the models are just so freaking cool.
Yeah. And then we had where's it? You definitely have to put them on the new base sizes. Other than that, I'm not sure. Maybe an official GW event, someone might complain, but if they had all the right war gear and they're on the right base sizes, I don't think you'll have much problem using the old sculpts most places.
Yeah, some people even encourage Old Hammer. Yeah, correct base size, roughly the same war gear. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just chain swords and bolt carbines, bolters easily do that.
Stay the
and
same.
Power fist on the sergeant. Yeah. I don't think it'd be much. Yeah, blood claws are still just a chainsword bolt pistol. Like, yeah, that shouldn't be too much of an issue, I wouldn't think, most places.
For sure. Yeah.
Hopefully, more likely be a 5-man. So maybe just some of those are options for building.
I could see that. Take this. Or maybe there's a 5-man base you can add on the rest of them. So like a 5-man might cost 80, and then the 8-man might cost like 140 or 130. But yeah.
Yeah, Crusade rules don't normally necessarily mean much for regular 40K.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't guarantee anything coming, but that is cool that they're giving us a Rune Priest model.
Yeah. Yeah. Really cool models. I mean, you could use those as reavers. You could use those as incursors, even if you're not running the scouts. Even if they don't get a data sheet, you could use those as some of the models in your army. It's like freaking gorgeous, man.
Yep, and I never really pay too much attention to Kill Team. How long does it normally take for them to give you the data sheets for the 40K version? Does it come out with it when they drop, or is it like a month or two later?
That's a good question. I think sometimes they give data sheets with kill teams, and sometimes they don't. Like some kill teams don't have data sheets in 40K. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like I know like the Tyranid one has a data sheet in 40K, the Adeptus Sororitas, there's like plenty of ones that have data sheets in 40K, but I think there are a couple others that don't have data sheets in 40K.
Because I know that's where the Jaegers originally came from for the Votan and stuff.
Yeah, the Tyranids like Raveners.
But yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't give them rules for 40K, because they sell more models that way. Like business-wise, it doesn't make sense not to.
Right.
Because you're selling to because 40K is more popular than Kill Team, so you're just selling to a whole bigger audience. I might actually have to learn to play Kill Team now.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
And I think, I have to say, I think with this release and then maybe a tune-up, we are in a really great spot.
So that'd be really nice if the release is, because now that they previewed it, I would think it'd be coming up here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be on time for my team event, but maybe that'd be something we get to start playing around with after, because depending on what kind of rules they give and whether they somehow buff anything else around them or anything, we'll see what they do. Like, might have to start carving out points for them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. Well, anything else you want to touch on, Aiden? Anything you got coming up here?
Nothing for me. I mean, I've got this tournament this weekend. Sad to say, I'm still playing my Raven Guard. I won the golden ticket with it. It doesn't necessarily feel the
Boo
most
this
fair.
man! Boo
I
this
know.
man! No,
I know. Feel the most fair to take Wolves to Worlds when I didn't earn it. You know what I mean? If Wolves are gonna be played at Worlds, you got to earn it. But yeah, just kind of prepping for that. I know Hunter's saying boo. Hunter, you come up with a really cool Space Wolf list, I'll play it. I need some inspiration. Yeah.
I'm telling you, using the drop pod as a grenade to just scatter head takers around.
Using the drop pod as a weapon to throw at your opponent. Literally.
I mean, I'm not saying I haven't done that. Old metal Bjorn may or may not have been thrown at people back in the day.
That's why his claws have been blessed in the blood of the enemies.
Yes.
So yeah, Hunter, hit me up on Discord. Send me some cool ideas. I'm down for it.
All right. Well, thank you, Aiden, once again for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will catch you all next time.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for watching Almost Functional Gaming. We appreciate the support of all followers of Russ and the Allfather. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional Score Tracker on Amazon. Everything helps support the growth of this channel, and we appreciate it.